Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 47, Part 2. They requested him to work out the scheme and again collected subscriptions and sent the amount to him. He received it, but sat as quiet as before without making any progress. After some days, God Mahadev appeared in his wife's dream and said to her, "You get up, build the dome of the temple. I will give you 100-fold of what you spend." She told the vision to her husband. He was afraid that it would involve him in some expenses and therefore laughed it out, saying that it was a mere dream, a thing not to be relied and acted upon, or else why God did not appear to him and tell him, was he far off from her? This looks like a bad dream, having for its object the creation of ill feeling between husband and wife. She had to remain quiet. God does not like big subscriptions and donations collected against the wishes of the donors, but He likes ever trifling amounts given with love, devotion, and appreciation. Some days after, God again appeared in her dream and said, "Do not bother yourself about your husband and the collections with him. Don't press him to spend any amount for the temple. What I want is feeling and devotion. So give, if you like, anything of your own." She consulted her husband about this vision and decided to give God her ornaments given by her father. The miser felt disconcerted and decided to cheat even God in this item. He undervalued the ornaments at rupees 1000 and bought them himself. In lieu of the amount, he gave a field to God as endowment or security. The wife agreed to this. The field or land was not his own. It belonged to one poor woman named Dubaki, who mortgaged it to him for rupees 200. She was not able to redeem it for a long time. So the cunning miser cheated all his wife Dubaki and even God. The land was sterile, uncultivated, and worth nothing, and yielded nothing even in best seasons. Thus ended this transaction, and the land was given in the possession of the poor priest, who was pleased with the endowment. Some time later on, strange things happened. There was a terrific storm and heavy downpour of rain. Lightning struck the house of the miser when he and his wife both died. Dubaki also breathed her last. In the next life, the rich miser was born at Mathura in a Brahmin family and was named Veerabhadrappa. His devout wife was born as the daughter of a priest of the temple and was named Gauri. The woman Dubaki, the mortgager, was born as a male in the family of a Gurau, attendant of the temple, and was named Chen Basappa. The priest was a friend of mine. He often came to me, chatted and smoked with me. His daughter Gauri was also devoted to me. She was growing fast and her father was seeking a good husband for her. I told him not to worry about this, as the bridegroom himself would come seeking her. Then there came a poor boy named Veerabhadrappa of their caste, wandering and begging his bread to the priest's house. With my consent, Gauri was given in marriage to him. He was also at first devoted to me, as I recommended his marriage with Gauri. Even in this new life, he was hankering after money and asked me to help him to get money as he was leading a married man's life. Strange things happened. There was a sudden rise of prices. But Gauri's good luck, there was a great demand for the land, and the endowment land was sold for 1 lakh of rupees, 100 times the worth of her ornaments. Half the amount was paid in cash, and the remaining was to be paid in 25 installments of rupees 2000 each. All agreed to this transaction but began to quarrel over the money. They came to me for consultation. I told them that the property belonged to God and was vested in the priest, and Gauri was his sole heiress and proprietress, and no amount should be spent without her consent, and that her husband had no right whatsoever to the amount. Hearing my opinion, Veerabhadrappa was wroth with me and said that I wanted to establish Gauri's claim and embest embezzle her property. Hearing these words, I remembered God and kept quiet. Veerabhadrappa scolded his wife Gauri, and she came to me at noon and requested me not to mind the words of others and not to discard her, as she was my daughter. As she thus sought my protection, I gave her a pledge that I would cross 7 seas to help her. Then, that night, Gauri had a vision. Mahadev appeared in her dream and said, "The whole money is yours. Do not give anything to anybody. Spend some amount for temple purpose in consultation with Chennabasappa, and if you want to use it for some other purpose, consult Baba in the masjid, that is myself." Gauri told me the vision and I gave her proper advice in the matter. I told her to take the principal or capital amount to herself, give half the amount of the interest to Chennabasappa, and that Veerabhadrappa had nothing to do with the matter. While I was thus talking, both Veerabhadrappa and Chennabasappa came their quarreling. I tried my best to appease them and told them God's vision to Gauri. Veerabhadrappa got wild and angry and threatened to kill Channabasappa, cutting him to pieces. The latter was timid. He caught my feet and sought my refuge. I pledged myself to save him from the wrath of the foe. Then, after some time, Veerabhadrappa died and was born as snake, and Channabasappa died and was born as frog. Hearing the croaking of the Channabasappa, I remembering my pledge came here, saved him, and kept my word. God runs to his devotees for help in time of danger. He saved Chennabasappa the frog by sending me here. All this is God's Leela or sport. The moral: